And we are live. Y'all know what it is after SmackDown. A couple minutes, but it's okay. It's okay. Get your popcorn, get your pretzels, get your Triscuits. You know what I'm saying? You know we have you on the Triscuits over here. Um Raw. SmackDown has ended, is officially concluded. I know you might want to adjust your screens. This white is blinding you. I get it. It can happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, Gamash, greatest interviewer right here. I'm gonna have to get his take on this. And I'm sorry for not starting with the regular, normal intros and all that. SmackDown ends with a women's world title match. The WWE women's, you know, I guess we can't call it undisputed because they didn't swallow another. It didn't swallow another championship, as TD Jakes would say. But pause. Um, but yeah, Tiffany Stratton defended her title in a triple threat match. I need your thoughts, brother. I need you. I need you. I need to know what we just saw. I need to know what was up.
Let me say this. I was actually enjoying SmackDown until we got to this point.
Fair.
Like, I don't think, like as a whole, I don't think this was a bad SmackDown until we got to
Fair.
the main event.
Fair.
Uh,
Mm.
I don't. It was so many botches. Like, oh man,
It's too many. I'm talking about people not kicking out. Golly, bro.
I
I ain't
can't.
gonna lie. That's a horrible way to end SmackDown.
It is. Let me. I'll say this about the match, and this is more so me praising Jade. I don't know. I missed how she got cut up. I don't know how that happened. I missed that part.
I missed that too. I have to ask this question, right? Because when you end the show, see, if they start the match with this, they start the night with this, you kind of forget. And then you say things like, oh, there were some rough spots in the match. But when you end it, it's fresh on our brain. Like, that's the last thing we see, right? What do you expect me to say? Bro, you ain't kicking out. I'm starting to think the botch was the blood of Jade because they didn't show it. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted her to bleed, they would have made sure to be like, oh my gosh, Jade is
Yeah.
no. Like when Jay and Jimmy tagged at WrestlePalooza, you didn't see the blood like that because again, that wasn't they weren't they weren't trying to do that. It happened organically, and it wasn't part of the show. So, well, I mean, it was, but it
It was,
wasn't
but it wasn't.
discussed. Yeah, it was, but it wasn't. So I'm almost feeling like, and the way the ref spent so much time talking to Jade, and she never got back into that match after that point. I felt like it probably was a botch. You know, WWE. I feel like this. You could use Sami Zayn to end your show if you got the women's. I don't want to say that because technically speaking, a women's world title should be ending the show, if not a male's world title. That is the fair. Forget fair. That is the right way to do business. Period. Like you got the women's world heavyweight championship, or not heavyweight champion, but the WWE Women's Championship.
Yeah.
You should end the show unless you got another championship match with a bigger star than Tiffany, Jade, and Nia Jax. Um, but when you end it, and that match was just not good. It
Um,
was bad. It was bad. It was bad.
I mean, Jade did. I'll say this: when Jade did Samoan drop Nia on the steel steps while you see the blood on her face, and then she started getting up in the camera. My personal opinion, that is the most, and I say this respectfully, the most beast-like I've seen Jade in a while.
Mm.
Like the most, you know what, intimidating. The most intimidating I've seen her, and I actually like that little bit. But not saying I wish that on anybody, but that looked bad.
Yeah.
That cut was bad.
Yeah. And that's why I think they also didn't show it. That's how you can kind of tell, like, it really wasn't agreed on. They might have botched because they're not trying to emphasize the blood. They're not trying to show the blood. Um, so and I could be wrong, but I just noticed, if I look at something like WrestleMania 13, they zeroed in on it. They honed in on it. It became a thing. They ain't trying to show that,
Yeah.
especially because there's certain. So I went to WrestlePalooza. I got to talk to Tyson Kidd, who now works backstage. And one of the questions I talked to him about, and I know people might say, you ain't supposed to be asking people all these questions. You're in interview mode. Yo, you got to understand, I'm a different type of person. It won't matter if I have questions for you. I write a comic book. So I'm trying to understand. So my question was, with all the different platforms, is there any ones that you feel are more difficult because of criteria that you may or may have to meet? Meaning there's certain things you can and can't do on one platform, maybe let's say ESPN, versus when you guys are on USA versus when you guys are on Netflix. Does that change how you? And he answered very honestly. I'm just kind of gonna paraphrase a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. He didn't say it was too hard, but he definitely said yes. It definitely changes things, and it's every week you're up and down, up and down, up and down. You're building momentum because guess what? Somebody went to Netflix and did something, right? So if someone goes to Netflix, they do something. They can show blood, or they can say these things. They could go off on more of a tangent, right? And then you bring them back to their home show, which is on a different network, and they can't be that guy. So they got one reaction, and they're on a different town, and it's shout out to the WWE. When they get it right, they get it right. But I will say this: tonight was bad. Not tonight as a whole. The main event was bad. A lot of botches, and we expect more. This is why Vince, man, Vince used to do so many home house shows. House shows aren't just it, house shows serve a lot of purposes. Builds rapport with the fans. It helps you to gauge who's really over and not. Because again, when you go to it seems like right now they're only wrestling on TV, and I could be totally wrong because they do have house shows here and there, but they're not like the level they used to be
And that's
when
very
Vince McMahon
limited.
was running. Very limited. So these guys, it feels like they're wrestling about 100 times a year, which is a great schedule, but we're seeing a product that's being diluted. You know what I mean? Um, And I think this is one of the things that you will see more and more of is the botching because you're not doing things as regularly as you used to, And with the new crop of wrestlers coming in that are going to be brought up in this style of schedule, whereas the Vince McMahon's, you had to learn your craft because you had to do this Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. You're driving. Thursday, you might be doing a double. You might be in the top of Indiana running a show at 4 or 5 p.m. on a Saturday, and then you're running another show in the evening for a pre-taped. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna air next week, and you gotta get your lines. You're cutting blah 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 blah. Then you gotta be over here. Yo, Vince had them boys round, and that's why the divorce rate is high in the WWE. uh, you know, top tier CO, salute good brother on Instagram. Ticket prices sky high for TV. House shows are obsolete. That's gonna burn out. It's gonna burn out WWE. I don't know about TKO because TKO was the one who initially came out and said house shows aren't as profitable as we would like them to be you know, for what it costs, I guess, to run the wrestlers around, set up backgrounds and blah blah. Because remember, they ain't just paying a few wrestlers to wrestle. They got to set up. They got to
Yeah.
break down. You got people. It's a lot that goes into a house show and getting the bookings and all that stuff. So, and then it affects the TV prices. You seen them WrestleMania prices? Front row is eight bands. We was second row WrestlePalooza. We ain't. I ain't spend no 8 bands. Matches now seem like they're slower paced compared to when matches now are copy paste. How many people? Vince McMahon runs wrestling. Jay Uso, Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns, all of them are not doing spears. Vince wouldn't allow it. Roman will because it's his finisher. Braun will because it's his finisher. Jay is not going to be part of your move set. How many people were doing DDTs when Jake the Snake was around? None. The move was sacred to when Jake the Snake was there. So that's a part of the business now. How many people jump on the turnbuckles? Right? They go from the second to the. You got L.A. Knight, Tiffany Stratton, Jacob Fatu. It's not. It doesn't. It's not a show of athleticism if everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you say Jacob Fatu, look at the athleticism. I'm not impressed. Everybody does. Well, considering his size, he's not that much bigger than L.A. Knight. To be Jacob Fatu is only like 25 to 35, maybe about 50 pounds heavier at max than LA Knight. He's not the monster that back in the day we had the earthquakes, the Yokozunas, and so on and so forth. Man, man. Um, takeaways. Do you think the right person won the match, Kamash?
I mean, I personally I wanted Jade to win, even though I knew she wasn't. Because the thing is, if you look closely early in the show, they were already running the vignette for Crown Jewel. They already showed a promo for Tiffany and Stephanie before the match started, so they already spoiled Tiffany to win it.
Right, right.
So it was like at that point, what I thought or who was right, it didn't even matter to me at that point because they spoiled it. And it's not the first time WWE spoiled a winner of a match that way. It's not the first time.
No, you remember AAA when my man beat Alberto Del Rio, El Viking,
El Vikingo.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? They be messing it up. So top tier CO, the sets for Raw and SmackDown pay-per-views, the fist, the backlash, hooks, swinging sets, all that are gone. More seats available. And them seats are $sign, $sign. What up, Mike McCullough? We see you in the chat. Good sir. Hey, I agree. And then I got Mike McCullough's comment on screen here. Tonight was horrible. It wasn't horrible,
It wasn't
but Julia versus
horrible.
Io.
Yeah. No, tonight wasn't horrible. It was a bad main
No,
event. And when you have a
it was
bad
bad
main
main event.
event, that takes a lot of points away from the show because that's the lasting impression. Like
And that's what we
I'll
said
be
when we started.
honest. If the main event was at least decent to me, I probably would have given the show like a 7, maybe 7.5. I didn't mind the show, but due to that ending, that show was like a 5.5, 6. And I think that's me being
It's
nice.
funny. I seen when Vinny came in here. I think he had a 6.5. It's almost like we just not naturally give him 6.5 to 5.5s, or 5.5 to 6.5s. We almost naturally feel like that's what the show is going to be, and it feels like WWE isn't really trying to break that. Whether it's the go home show before their PLE, whether it's the main show after a major PLE, it doesn't feel like they're trying to break. Like sometimes after SummerSlam, the Raw after SummerSlam, the Raw after WrestleMania. Oh snap! It don't feel like that.
No.
It doesn't feel like that. It feels now. I will give them credit. They are pushing storylines, right? So they don't bomb. They just don't make them. You know what I'm saying? It's just even keeled. It's just even keeled. And some days, you know what I mean. But it doesn't get spiked high and low. It goes up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit, and it stays in this safe realm,
Yeah.
right? And I think they're actually aiming for that. Keep it this way. Why? Because we continue to get can we continue to get constant, consistent ratings, right? The ratings are where they're at. They're not dipping too low. They're not spiking too high. So we could say we bring this to the table when it comes to negotiations for other networks. And Archie's one of the guys who's like, oh, the money's made. It's not that the money's made, because you can lose money on deals. Because when them other people lose money, WWE just been dropped off. You know what I'm saying? Like they will not bring you back. They will not bring you back. So the money's not necessarily made. It is made in a sense, like how Archie says, but it's also like you still gotta work for it. You know what I mean? Like you bargained your way to the table. You asked for this. They granted you this. Now you got to produce this, which is of equal or same value. Because if you go higher in production, they go that this number goes up. But if you go lower, and I think that's what ESPN purposely dropped the WrestlePalooza was a C. Because again, you would think, why would they do that to their people? Because guess what? The next time around, we're gonna drop the, you know what I mean? We're gonna drop it. Because if you continue to produce consistently, and this is what you make, we're gonna drop the price. Now we're more profitable with you. Or we just completely stop doing business. And I don't want to get too much into numbers, but that's the negotiating for any man. Well, I don't want to say man, but any person that's ever going for a job, right? Never throw the first number out there. You never do that. You always allow them to approach you with the offer, and then you counter offer based on how you feel, your value, your work ethic, what you bring to the table, your certifications, qualifications, experience, yada, yada, yada. WWE can do that. Hey, we produce 1.5 million views on average every week. We do so and such millions per tweet and blah, 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 and so many followers and bam, bam, bam. And ESPN is losing sports. Sports are going to other platforms. So they got to have something to promote. They got to have something to do. In WWE, here they came. So um, I'm not going to beat the dead horse. I don't want to go too far into finances and money and I don't want to say ergonomics because that's a health and safety situation. But I mean economics. But yeah, that name many of them was sloppy. Yeah, 100%. Did we ever find out what the ratings were for Palooza? As far as the numbers of viewership, no. Which I think that is a sign that they weren't good or as good as they like. When you watch pay-per-view fights and stuff, they have them numbers out within the first week. When they don't, it's because the numbers were not as good as they like and someone's holding.
Yeah.
So we could have got them WrestlePalooza numbers if they were to have been what they would have wanted. If it was something to brag about. If they'd have said, hey, we did 28 million viewers at WrestlePalooza, one of the biggest. No. And WWE loves to brag about their numbers. We didn't hear a word. We didn't hear Pete. The ESPN came out and said, I give the event a C, and they're on our network. They live in our house, and we give the event a C. So WWE got some serious work to do. However, um, they have so many whips they can drive. They may sacrifice one to build rapport with another. Somebody else may be offering a better deal or a different deal that is still suitable for the WWE and what they want to do, because they're only going to give you 5 matches on the PLE. They're not going to change that style until Triple H leaves. Triple H himself has publicly talked about the PLE style and booking. And remember, he compared it to AEW having too many matches and being so many hours. He
Yeah.
don't want that. So my bad, bro. I went on a tangent because it just hurts my heart, bro. It just hurts my heart.
I get it.
Uh, Let me ask you a question. U.S. Open Challenge tonight, right? Moving along with this, right? U.S. Open Challenge. Sami Zayn. I mean, I felt like this is a bright spot. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Sami Zayn goes against none other than Javion Evans. How you felt about the match, and where do you see each star going after this, post this?
This was a fun match. This was a really fun match. And shout out to the crowd because there was one spot in the match when Javon did the OG cutter. And I'm not gonna lie, it did look like a 3. Ref gave it a 2, and then the crowd was saying, "You ref, you suck. Ref, you suck."
It's
Shout out to the
crazy how the
crowd for
wrestlers can
that.
botch and we harp on it, but the ref botch were like, ah. I'm happy for us. Um, this feels a little bit like when John Cena gave Kevin Owens a shot, when he gave Sami Zayn a shot, and they were great matches. My problem is this: Sami Zayn is a long way away from WrestleMania, a long way away from the Royal Rumble. He's doing his own thing. I feel like he needs to stick around the mid tiers with his U.S. title situation for the next 18 months. Now that will bypass WrestleMania, that will bypass the SummerSlams and such. But I feel like I will officially say this, even though he still looks like a Canadian hobo. The Sami Zayn train is underway for me. Javion Evans, I think he looks undersized, but when the right matches and his style, he will get over. He will get over. Um, the grit, the heart. So certain heels should be able to beat his ass down. Pause. Pause. But you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be able to dominate, and he'll be able to. You know, they call him high risk maneuvers for a reason, and he is the king of the skies, like how EO is. He is that dude. Let's get bouncy. That is it's must see TV. It's must see TV, and I think you need to hurry up and get him on one of them shows. Um, Javion versus Montez. That's something we need. Unfortunately, Montez is not in a position to put a title on to say this is the current versus the future.
Yeah,
The super athletic
that would have
now,
been dope.
yeah, the super athletic now, even if it was mid tier titles, the super athletic now versus the super athletic future in a battle of, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. You know what I'm saying? Strap a parachute on. You know what I'm saying? All flights are boarding. That's the type of match they give. Um, and it's a shame they haven't released Montez to do singles and kind of make a run and be somebody and make a name, because that match will cook. And it's a few others, but just based on the chat with what Vinny said and just looking at the chat, yeah, 100%. How do you feel about Javion? Let me go back about a year's time. Machine was going back and forth between NXT and SmackDown, constantly losing, constantly losing, constantly losing on both brands essentially. Until one day she didn't go back to NXT though. She was now main roster, and now she's in main roster. You know, some pretty good spots, going for the mid tier titles. You know what I'm saying? Competitive matches, building her following. Do you see that for Javion, or is Javion going back to NXT?
I think he goes back to NXT. I think this match was just to showcase him.
Damn you, Gamage.
I think this match was to showcase him, but I think this match did a great job of showcasing him.
Mm, I
The
would
next time
agree.
they
Yeah.
showcase him again, I do not know. But I do believe when he does hit that main roster, whenever he does, he's going to be their next either Darby Allin or Jeff Hardy.
Mm.
He has that spark about him. He's got the style similar to them.
Okay, I think I gotta agree with you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was entertained by that match. I don't know if Sami Zayn is a world title guy to me. I don't. If he is, to me, he's a transitional champion. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people who are better than a lot of transitional champions, but they won't have the accolades because they never did it. But I will say this: Sami Zayn is starting to grow on me, and using that U.S. Open challenge, I like it. I wouldn't be mad if they make Sami Zayn go pop up in NXT, go pop up on LFG, go pop up in TNA, and take the challenge there. And then Sami looks like somebody. We never have to do another Sami Zayn underdog storyline, no matter how big the opponent is, right? Because we've seen him just call out randoms and whatever pops up. You know what I'm saying? We knuckling up. We going to dance. So respect to him. Uh yeah, Javion definitely does need more development. His mic
He
skills are
does.
poor.
Yeah.
They're poor. They're poor. And it's not a fault of his. He still has to learn how to like if you put him in front of that crowd the way he talks, it's like, hey bro, you gotta keep a rhythm and you gotta talk in a way. I'm not saying the bouncy word thing like Jey Uso does from time to time. That's annoying. But when Jey Uso gets in his rhythm, when he's emotional, when he's got a real point or vendetta to prove, we get great promo from him. And that's why I think Javion would have to learn something like that, how to evoke emotion, how to get people physically behind him, mentally behind him. But
Yeah,
that's what NXT is. That's what NXT is.
and mind you,
And then Ring,
he's still a baby. He's 21, so he has time.
right, right. That's insane. That's insane. He's 21 years old. Woo! I ain't gonna lie to you. I was very thrilled about that match, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And I think you're right when you say that he's 21. Hey, bro, he's
Yeah,
he's that guy.
yeah.
Because you look at the guys that John Cena went against in the challenge for his when he did it, and look at the careers they went on to have. Even Sami Zayn, uh, crazy. I don't know what you want to brag about him most, but let's not forget this is the guy who ended the longest reigning intercontinental championship run in history. It was Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens went on to be a world champion. Um, you know, so yeah, Sami Zayn's definitely doing his thing.
Oh
Now I got
yeah,
a
one
question
more.
for you.
Oh yeah, one
Mhm.
more thing that
No, go
happened
ahead.
before the match started. We saw Shinsuke again in the back.
Hmm. Hmm. What are we doing?
So I would not be
What are we doing?
surprised if this eventually leads to a Shinsuke and Sammy feud. When I don't know. This is the second time he popped. He popped up.
I'm not gonna lie. If you're not gonna use Shinsuke, um, then don't. But if you are, which it looks like you are, because he keeps popping up in shadows, I'm down. Shinsuke should be cooking. He should be even if you use him to develop younger talent, keep him in one of the title scenes so he challenges a few times here, works his way back up challenges, and he doesn't win. Right? You've done this with Kevin Owens. You're doing this with Randy Orton now. It adds another skilled veteran like a AJ Styles, this Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. Like I just said, right? It adds another veteran that people can get a name off of, but yet can put on crazy matches. And if you got him booked with younger champions or less developed talent he'll bring some good stuff out of him. Bring some good stuff out. Let me the Street Profits. I kind of want to slide over to the Street Profits, right? They're going against Mellow Don't Miss. Well, not entirely, right? Um, I didn't like this. I liked it, but I didn't like it. I feel like we didn't progress the Street Profits storyline. We definitely, we definitely progressed in the Mellow Miz storyline, but I guess it's hard to do two progressions in once because you're telling a story using two people that have a story, and it has to happen in the ring with both sides. So I guess that might be pretty difficult because someone's got to win the match, and then people are like, oh, I forgot they're beefing. How do two people beef when someone just wins? But what did you think of the match?
I thought at best the match was decent. I think it didn't come off as if they did anything with the Street Profits, but I do think they did because the issue really sparked because they lost to get the belts. So we're not gonna really see them descend any further until they get their rematch and most likely lose again, and then that's when we're gonna see a further decline.
Mm, okay, I think that's a good point. And I agree with a lot of that sentiment. Um, I would like to see the further decline faster, but I don't know. Do you think we get them on if they do split? Right. Let's say the Street Profits find out that uh, let's say the divorce, irreconcilable differences. Right. Do we think we get that match on the PLE or does it happen on a SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Damn.
I would like for it to be a PLE, but just look how they treated the tag team division. How long did it took for them to even put a match of theirs on a PLE? And I'm supposed to
Mm.
expect them to put their 1v1 match, if they do it on the PLE, that's going to be a SmackDown match, if not a Saturday night main event.
Mm. Damn. You might be right, and time will tell. Top
We
tier CO, he said the PLE match. I would love for it to be. I just feel like we watched Montez and Angelo get screwed over. I think it was like 3 or 4 pay-per-views, virtually in a row. They might have skipped one, but um, excuse me. I do think that if we get this, I don't think we should get it by Crown Jewel. I think maybe Survivor Series in a one-on-one match, but I would rather prefer Survivor Series matches come on where they're like the 4-on-4, the 5-on-5. And if that's the case, they be on the same team and they pull a Diesel Shawn Michaels where they're splitting up during the match because of something. Something that's caused this. One person didn't help the other one kick out. Uh Somebody misses a chair shot or something. Um what's your take? What is your take on keeping the Street Profits together? Can you make a case to keep them together? Or no? This is this is dead set.
As far as keeping them together but letting them do like a solo career,
Separate items, yeah, separate.
yes, I can. And I can always say that for one reason and one reason only: the New Day.
Okay. I'll go with you on that. Um, hmm, very interesting. Okay, so let me ask you this question, right? And I'm gonna kind of leave all get away with this. Mellow don't miss. Are we getting them on a PLE, or does this hype take place on a SmackDown when they finally go to settle their beef?
I almost feel like that would be SmackDown also, but
Mm-mm.
if we're comparing the chances of that being on the PLE compared to the Street Profits, they have a
Right.
higher chance of being on the PLE.
Okay. Okay. I would agree with you, but I don't want to because I feel like Street Profits just don't get the love. They just don't. They
Yeah, they
just
don't.
don't. Ooh. So now, that's crazy. Um. So now I got a question. The vision, right? Where do you see the vision going? Um. Are we just gonna get? Do you think this leads into a specific war game scenario? What are your thoughts right now?
I mean, I still stand by my assumption we are going to get them in a war game scenario.
Mm-hmm.
If it was up to me booking it with how things have been transpiring, it would have been the Vision, Lesnar, and Drew McIntyre on one team, and then the other
Fire.
team, it would have been Cody Roman, Cena, CM Punk, and Randy Orton.
Hmm.
Because everybody in each team has a history with each other for whatever reason.
I can respect that. I think I like that. I like that. I think I don't think WWE because Crown Jewel comes right on the heels of WrestlePalooza. It was like 3 weeks out. So they haven't had much time to really put this thing together. It's almost like they should have been moving simultaneously. But hey, what do I know? But for Survivor Series, oh yeah, you got to get that thing correct because again, I don't know what the PLE is for October. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, I just know about
But if
October.
not, but if not, I mean, the John Cena thing has no. No promo. Do you think you could do a promo list PLE, or do you think that's a huge disaster?
Wait, as far as which PLE?
Let's just say, because right now, Crown Jewel, right? They just kind of stopped. We got the little vision thing with Cody in the ring. Cool. We just found out Tiffany Stratton's going to be facing Stephanie Velcro. But it's not much hype. It's 2 weeks out. It's 2 weeks out based on what we just got right now. That's 2 weeks out. Do you think that we should focus on War Games and start pushing stories there, or do you think no, we'll get to War Games when we get there? Let's go hype Crown Jewel.
I think right now their focus is Crown Jewel because again, it's the people behind it, the money. They gotta zone in for that.
Right.
But I do think with Cody and basically the Vision having that promo, I do think that also adds to the fuel for War Games. And there was something with Paul Heyman when he was speaking earlier. I'm not gonna lie. I think remember Wednesday we did our little promo vote.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Heyman saw that video, man. Let me tell you why. Because remember we were talking. Remember we were in that. If nobody saw that, check it out. That was a very fun debate we had. Hey, remember when it was Heyman and The Rock? That was our final round.
Yeah, that was the finals. So I got
Right.
to put that up.
So that was the final
You got it.
round. And remember we basically acknowledged Heyman being the GOAT. We all said that. So when Cody came out, Cody was saying, "Who am I talking to? Am I talking to the Vision? Am I talking to Brock Lesnar's advocate or the what was he again for Roman? I can't remember the
The
title.
wise man.
The Wise Man. Thank you. You know what
Hmm.
Heyman? What you know what Heyman says to Cody right after that? You are talking to the GOAT.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I was like,
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm like, nah, he
That's
saw a
hard.
vid. He saw a video, man.
I ain't gonna lie. That's hard. Like,
That
Paul
was
Heyman truly is the GOAT. If you didn't get a chance to see Wednesday Night Wars, we had a small bracket made by the Archie Carter, the greatest heel in podcast wrestling today. And we basically did, oh snap, I'm sorry, wrong one. Best promo. And the winner of this tournament was Paul Heyman. Right? Now tonight, I want to go put these up, these these brackets up, and see what you all think about it. Right? But Paul Heyman came out of that. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Paul Heyman's a monster on the mic. Um,
yeah, and
but
the
I'm not
crowd
looking forward
popped.
to Cody. I'm not looking forward to Cody Seth a lot, even though I kind of low key am, because I feel like Cody has 3 victories over Seth. They wrestled only 3 times in the WWE, so you have to give it to Seth.
See,
And
this is
then can we
why
stop calling? Mm,
this is what makes this the fourth match unpredictable. While I'm not
yeah,
disagreeing,
sure.
where I do feel like Seth should get a win, we don't know the interference we're gonna have to deal with. That's the other thing
Mm,
too.
at all, at all. And I think it's gonna be good for Seth. I think Seth just needs the win. He needs the win. If Cody were to win, that's 2 years in a row. Two, you're laying claim that the undisputed belt is still undisputed because there is another champion there, but I'm beating him. And this would be 2 years in a row. So, ooh, let me keep that on, y'all. Can't can't let that noggin loose. Can't let that noggin loose. You know what I mean? Somebody might be like, "Dang, his strings are barely holding on." Yeah, I've heard it all before.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So now I'm not sure. I do feel like there's gonna be interference in the match. They've never mentioned if there wouldn't be any. There were no official rules for it,
right?
so it's expected. And then let's not forget, Roman is advertised for Perth,
Yeah,
so that's a possibility of an interference for him also.
Oh, for sure. I feel like they get the upper hand on Cody, and then you hear that music hit. Like,
And that's the other thing. If Roman does that, or let's say even if Punk comes out, like let's say we get both of them,
oh man,
that's another tease leading into War Games for both of them to be on the same team. That is a possibility too.
it is. I mean, last year we saw the Rock, Roman and Punk, but now we see him with Cody and then whatever co cohorts could go with us. But we will see. We'll see. What's happening? What's happening? Um, what are your notes, if you have any, about Damian Priest? I ask because I always see like letters and things where I'm like, okay, or not letters, but tweets, and it's like, what's happened to him? Like, where is he gone? Where's him and Alistair Black just ain't cooking, or is it cooking? And maybe I'm just misreading
I
all the
just feel
tweets. Maybe I'm just
as of right now, I think Damian Priest is stagnant, and I kind of don't want to violate really because it is his birthday, so I want to be.
salute, good brother, salute.
Which it's nothing against Damian to me. It's just that where they have him, he's just stagnant. It's like he's just there. I know him and Alistair. Well, Alistair possibly teased the last man standing match. It was teased because he did say, "I don't think this is gonna end until one of us is not standing anymore." So I was like, "Oh, maybe last man standing." We'll see where that goes from there.
Yeah, I think for a guy that cashed in at WrestleMania and became world heavyweight champion, got robbed by Balor essentially, which was they were in the same stable. We never got that match. It never paid off. And I'm just looking like, man, how many feuds are you just gonna not pay off for this guy? And now you got him in a feud that looks like there's a payoff. It just is the juice worth the squeeze? It doesn't feel like we need it. It doesn't feel like anyone cares. I don't. I want to see the best for Damian Priest. I feel like he's one of your last few bigs, but
Yeah, I do feel like after this rivalry concludes, they have to be involved in the title picture.
yeah, or you just wasted everything you ever did with him.
Yeah, you have to involve them in something like a big feud. I don't even care if it's for the U.S. belt, but you got to involve them in the title picture somehow.
Yeah, I think that's something they got to figure out because again, you don't want to waste that on two sides. One, here's a former world heavyweight champion. Two, you brought Aleister Black in hot, only to fizzle him out really quickly. Um, so you're gonna have to figure that part out because again, Aleister Black goes cold, Damian Priest goes cold. What are you gonna do? Bump him down to mid tiers? These are guys that you gave vignettes to. This is a guy that you he cashed in the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, and he didn't even try to get his title back. He wanted man. I'm not about to go through that.
So I think that was the whole no rematch clause or something like that. Which I think they stopped doing that now.
Yeah, I can believe that because when you say that, you're locked into an opponent, and the WWE might be wanting to shift gears because they like to play things on the fly. Sometimes I think they like to say, "Okay, hey, this ain't really selling. We're not doing the numbers we want to see. Let's pivot." Well, once you announce it, it's hard to pivot. So, but yeah. Any other thoughts? Any pressing things on your mind, man? About tonight's SmackDown or wrestling in general?
Um, we got to talk about Drew and Jacob Fatu.
My man, I'm happy you brought that up.
I mean, I want to
Where the
start with
hell
Drew
Jacob
first.
been?
Say what?
Where the hell Jacob been?
I want to start with Drew first. When he cut
Mm,
his promo, I am happy he pointed out the obvious from the Cody match as to why he felt he got lowballed, and he is right. He did get lowballed. We all saw it. It's one of those things where yes, does Drew complain a lot to the character? I do get it, but he is justified in it. He's not wrong.
It feels like Bret Hart all over.
That's what I was
It
thinking
feels
too.
like he was gonna say, "Everybody, I got screwed. You know it. These fans know it. Everybody in the goddamn back knows I should be." Like it felt like we were about to get that promo.
You know what Drew got to do if he's gonna do that. The next time he does it, he needs to wear a Bret Hart shirt, wear a Hitman shirt.
Oh, you lean into it then.
Yo,
Lean into it all
if
the
he
way.
does that, wear a Hitman shirt, I'm all in on it.
I agree. I think with you saying that, I wasn't thinking about it, but yeah, you see where this is going. Hitman was still main event, Drew's main event, so I think it works. So I think again, Drew having this persona, very Bret Hartish, works. Is this the right beef? Is this the right angle for him and Jacob Fatu?
I think this helps Fatu more than Drew.
Mm. Okay.
I'm trying to find the right way to explain that, because to me it's no secret that I do feel Drew should be a champion. And I think there's going to be frustration until we see him become champion the way he should have been champion. You know, having that moment with the crowd. Yes, he got that at Mania, but that was like what 4 or 5 minutes. I don't really count
That's
that.
it.
So
No,
he
no,
never
we're
really.
gonna count that, brother. Then 4 or 5 minutes, we're gonna count that because hey, that man was champ.
I mean, like I don't. I mean, when I say I don't count it, I don't count it as like a decent run.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, like I don't
Who-
count it as a decent run. So as far
No,
as putting up Jacob, giving him Drew, because it's already been proven Drew can honestly work with anybody, and he seems to make it work. He's proven that at least within the last year or two, he can make it work. So I'm
mm.
not worried about Drew in this situation. It's just more so how do we elevate Jacob in this?
I agree with you. Too many losses for Jacob after especially not being seen can lead down the wrong road. I think Drew is in a position to not really take losses because if you want to build him right back up and put him back in that title picture with the cheers and all the joy and stuff the fans feel because he's getting his just due, you can't have him losing all the time. So I think this is a weird feud to pull out at this juncture, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm not mad at the feud. It's the timing of it I'm questioning.
right, right. I definitely agree with that. But we'll see because they got a lot to handle. I mean, Drew coming off a loss for the world title, I think putting him in there with Jacob could be a big mistake. I think Jake could have got somebody popping, but just not in the world title level.
Yeah, and also he had the cast on his foot. I don't know if that was him. If they're like trying to write him off, because I
Yep.
heard he's
Hey,
part of a
lean
film.
into it.
No, I heard he was like going to be part of a film or something like that. So I don't know if that's what it was for.
Hmm. Well, again, I'm happy to see Jacob Fatu back. Hopefully we get a little bit more heel. I definitely like the heel version of him better than dance with everybody like he's Rikishi or something. It's not for me. Um, but yeah, I anything else? What's going on in the mind of Gamage? Because I'm like, mm, I have a splitting headache. I'm like, my forehead feels like it's gonna crack open and just like a pistachio, just this little thing's gonna roll right out.
The other thing was we had another Solo Sokoa video, another montage. So was it last week? He hyped up Tongaloa. Tonight was JC Hobbs. I mean, so
Yeah.
it just looks like they're rebooting the family tree. That's what it looks like.
Oh yeah, they're booting that family tree, all right. I mean, they're rebooting that family tree. Um, absolutely. Um, I don't want to wish no ill on nobody, so I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to be the reason if somebody gets torn down, fired, or whatever have you. But stuff happens, you know. Um, wrestlers, man,
I
they go through so
do.
much. I think,
Yeah, my one question right now is where is this going to lead Tama Tonga when he comes back?
hmm, brother, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, because no shade to any of them in terms like no shade to like any everyone outside of Solo, but to me Tama is the best out of them in my personal opinion.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, it looks good, don't it? Especially with the white. Yeah, yeah. Hey, let me let that dome go. Let your soul. You gotta let that dome go. See, it's not super crazy, but you know what I mean. You know, I don't often wear white wave caps. I'm usually in all black, except for when I had the battle with Dallas Cash. Salute to him in the Humble Roses podcast. He was in here on Wednesday. But yeah, um, I-
Let's see, like kind oh, he's in the Highlander remake. Okay, maybe that's why
who?
they Drew, I think. Maybe that's why he had the faint injury.
Well, I wonder. I wonder if how it's gonna look with him going up against the Samoan Werewolf because it's I don't maybe they don't do it at Crown Jewel, but you know, long term storytelling and all that. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
If that's what it comes down to, Jacob might win and then like shelve him for whatever amount of time he needs to work on this project, and then when Drew comes back, he probably gets the win over Jacob.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
But yeah, other than that, you had the women's tag match, Julia and I forgot the assistant's name off the top of my head. With Brandy and Mia.
Yeah, I didn't. Even, I actually did my bathroom break, and then I was talking to my girls. I didn't watch that match, and I'm only saying that because for a couple of reasons. One, SmackDown has been too mid. Not bad. I don't want to say like it's been bad. It's just been mid. Like, and I feel like they're doing this on purpose because they don't want to take the risk. I think they understand completely what it is they need to do to make a complete show. What it is they need to do to make an exciting show. What it is they need to do to make a very soap opera driven show. These are not tying it all together. Um, and yeah, that's just how I feel. But hopefully, uh, we get some as we get ready to go to Crown Jewel. We know some of the matches we have, and we saw it at the end of the night. Tiffany Stratton versus La Primera, Stephanie Velcro. You know what I mean? Stephanie Velcro. Um, for the Grand Jewel Championship. Uh, in the men's side, we have Cody Rhodes taking on Seth freaking Rollins. Uh, don't get no bigger than that. Um, come on, Archie. Hey, DNA was battling for the longest time with a broken tooth. Let me tell you something. If you chip a tooth, that air when you breathe in is excruciating. You just be like, I have had chipped teeth, right? It ain't easy. It ain't easy. So salute to you, brother. Hope you get well. You know, we're gonna be here. We'll be here. Um, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And now it's karma. Look at that. Look at that. Look what Vinny said. Top tier CO. Ultimately pick pick with the ring, the big belt, then he goes back in the vault. Realistically, fair and crown jewel means nothing. Um woo, I don't want to say that, but I mean I feel like people are right. I feel like it's because I can't literally start naming the like when you say King of the Ring, why is King of the Ring important? Well, check it out. The winner of that tournament is going to SummerSlam for a shot. Just made King of the Ring important.
Uh,
So
what they did this year with King of the Ring is the best thing they've done with it for years.
not a fan, man. Randy Orton losing 2 times, 2 time in a row runner up. I'm never gonna get past that. Oh my god, I'm gonna get some wings, bro. My fault. I've had a couple of, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do my podcast for Marvel Zombies, but I really kind of don't want to. I'm, Marvel head. I also have to get back into Near Fall, which I've been working on. And I don't want to talk about the episode because I put a little twist to this one. But I will say this. I will say this. When I look at certain wrestlers on the SmackDown roster, I feel like there's a lot of talent there, right? Damian Priest, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, Miz. Uh, I think AJ Styles over. I think Roman Reigns still belongs to SmackDown, but he's a tweener, meaning he can go to either show. Cody Rhodes still belongs to SmackDown. Again, he's a tweener. He can go to either show. Um, on the women's side, Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill. Uh, there's so many others, right? We shouldn't be getting 6.5s all the time. And I'm really hoping the that ref count, boom. She didn't even try to lift the shoulder up. The ref counted 1, 2, her shoulders up. She was still laying there flat. Nia looks over, says something, and then goes to kick. Like, what the fuck?
I think Nia looked at it and was like, "What are you doing?"
They probably like, how ventriloquists talk to dummies. They're probably like, are counted to 2. You know what I'm saying? Because they be sliding and stuff. Refs be timekeepers. They be like the first line of defense. They be trying to verify wrestlers are okay and something didn't go awry. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta be ventriloquists too, because they be like, "So how's your day? Oh, that's really good. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm not sure if today's a good day. However, Con, like I'm only trying to do it. I've never done that where I'm talking through my mouth and trying to make minimal face movements. Gosh, yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so don't bleed, and then at the same time, don't. Yeah, so I think they gotta have some stuff where she told that girl, I already done counted. I done been counting. Your ass is late. It's also bad because it's Nia Jax, who was known for botches and in ring issues. Jade botches, not so much in ring issues, but like just a lot of botches. And then Tiffany can't, I feel like she's a copy paste. Well, not really, but I do feel like there's, I'm prettier, you know what I'm saying? Copy and paste. But yeah, I think WWE's got to do something extremely quick to fix this. Extremely quick. Give us a wild episode. They got one match. Cena was in and didn't air it because wrestlers were just yelling spots out loud. Oh, I know what you're talking about. That was I think it was no, it was an elimination chamber. It was like a fatal 4-way or something.
I
But
mean, if you look at a lot of matches from Cena, he yells out the spots a lot. Like you can hear him.
oh, yeah. I
So
heard him at WrestlePalooza.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
one thing
But he also had a good match with Brock.
you'll definitely hear a "Here we go" right before he throws you to the corner rope with an apron every time.
Hmm. Well, I ain't got too much more. I am tired. I head hurts. I'm thinking about taking this Excedrin downstairs. I might not be able to because I already have my sippable. Because again, like I said, my head is pounding. Um, haven't been drinking coffee, so it says you're probably getting tension headaches. I'm like,
Yikes!
jeez. It hurts. It's always right here over this eye and down behind it on the side, and it's just it's like dude, bro. I be zoned out like, but I don't like taking medicines. I feel like if your body hurts, it's your sign saying, just like in computer, warning, blah 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 blah. The next thing I don't take medicine. I usually won't. If I cannot, I won't. I'm probably gonna make a hot toddy. I got that Crown Royal chocolate, and I got
Yeah,
some hot chocolate packets, and I said packets, and I'm gonna go make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, I ain't gonna take nothing. I haven't taken. It's been happening for like 2 months straight, almost every day, and it gets some days it gets kind of excruciating. Not gonna lie. But I definitely my brain is it's like
yeah,
it feels I can see my face and I'm normal, but it feels like it's like do. I should, but I grew up, I was a military guy and I kind of did away with all that for so many years. And then I tried it once I didn't try anything. I already was, but like I was like, let me do it again now that I'm out. And I got so high that I was like, nah, I'm good.
yeah. He thugging it out, y'all. That's what it is.
But shout out to Shorty who was with me. She took good care of your boy. Immaculate care. Matter of fact, she might have got one over on me because I know for a fact I found my drawer. I wear boxer briefs. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But my joints was rolled up. And a man should never let a woman do this shit to you where they pull your drawers and they're rolling them as they're going. So they're rolling like panties. That shit is you're zesty, brother, if that happens to you. I had a chick take advantage of me. I was supposed to be a wingman, and I was like, I'll take one for the team. It's okay. I mean, I'm a team player. I like to use that shit sounds horrible. Anyway, he was gonna be practice. And sometimes you just gotta practice on people. Different holds, different maneuvers, whatever you're gonna do, and see how long you can last. One thing I know about women who are in a lower tier, usually the box is good because it's untapped. It's like a crypt. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody shooting for that. Ain't nobody trying to find no mummies down there. That thing is wrapped. So it's usually the upper echelon. They got 1,000 offers a day. Anyway, who gives a shit? The chick looked like precious though, and I was like, damn, I don't know about this. So I started drinking heavy. And now y'all heard the DNA stories. When I'm in bar mode, I don't even care if I'm in bar mode. I only drink doubles and no ice. You're not gonna cheat me and put some ice in there and give me more liquor than I think. No, give me what I paid for. Straight. My shit is neat. Pure alcohol. Um, I did it a lot. And I drank it fast too. We were at my house when this happened. Everybody was kind of booed up. And I went to talk to Shorty. And I bumped. She was a large, how precious is. Like she was a large woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And ugly as fuck. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's what the lights are for. So it's possible potentially I bumped against her breast. She was like, "Hey, you do that shit again, I got something for you." And I felt threatened. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was like, "The fuck you mean?" Because you're not attractive, so I don't want anything you would have fucking for me. Like that's not cool. Um, So I was like, all right. So I stayed there. I stood against the wall in my own freaking house. Like everyone had the couches and all that. And then after people were started making out, she like grab and hey, mind you, if you've met me in real life, I'm not gonna put my height out here. But yo, the way she did this and then marched me to my own bedroom in my house that she's never been to, I understood how ugly she truly is because this has happened to her before. Because people don't do that naturally, right? Like that's a learned behavior that has happened to you because You have been beat down because you have been the wing woman for so long. You hang around with fly women. You're not very. Yeah, never mind. Where are your glasses? You ain't see me over here? Well, bring it to me without saying anything, and I'll charge you. Dog.
Yeah.
No, not high five. Stop. Thank you. Jeez. All right. Anyway, now back out. I'm telling the story. What do you want? You want to show people your Cactus Jack smile? Here, smile on the camera.
Let's
Here, come on. Smile.
see.
Smile. Smile.
Hi, how are you?
That's that Cactus Jack. You know what I mean?
Bang bang.
All right, you're out. You're out. Go ahead. All right. I can't even finish this story.
I
You
was
know what I
say
mean? A
that
lot of people missed Steve tonight, bro.
that might have been a sign, bro.
It might have been a sign. It might have been a sign. It might have been a sign. Yeah, I'm gonna charge it. I got you. Let's just tap out. Archie always says things that hey, you don't have to tell the story. And I'm thinking about what happens next. I'm like, fuck, this is
Yeah,
not
that
good for
that
me.
that was the sign right there.
This is not, yeah. She is yeah. Yeah, getting I wish Archie was here. Archie would have been laughing, but Archie would have been like, "You don't have to tell the story." You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take one for Archie. For all the times he has told me this, and the 37 times. Yo, we all lose teeth, brother. We all lose teeth, but she's definitely got her four missing. I don't know. That's how little kids are. That's the stage when they lose all their teeth. That this is one of the last times you're ever gonna pick them up. No one ever accounts for that. But there's gonna be a time when your kids was like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I haven't. And then they're gonna try it one day, and you're like, oh shit, my back. You're getting older. Yeah. So once they lose them four fronts, that's also a sign that the days of them being a youngin are kind of over. So take pictures, make memories, and yeah, I enjoy Gums Gang. You know what I mean? I might have to make that. I might have to put her on a shirt. Gums Gang. But hey, come on, you got anything else before we get out of here? Because I definitely don't want to be talking about this story where this precious
Uh,
looking woman took advantage of me and
nah,
took
not on my
took
end.
my
I'm just
goodness.
waiting on tomorrow. I think the NXT PLE is tomorrow.
Bro, YouTube TV, I was able to get NXT this week and SmackDown. I watched it. I was very upset with the outcome of Trick and Obafemi. I get it. You're going into a PLE where each champion, if one person wins the championship, it messes up the PLE for the other brand. But I thought we were going to get a definitive winner where one person is walking away with two belts. Obafemi versus Trick Williams. And for the first time, we're not getting a triple threat. So someone else.
Yeah, I didn't think it would go that way only because it didn't feel right for them to do that without at least one TNA star involved in the match.
Yeah, and Archie just pointed that out. You get all the NFL games too. Um, I just don't know about the ESPN deal, Archie. Like that's where because you're paying each time like $30, and that's a lot. That's a lot, especially when I look at WrestlePalooza and I'm like, y'all didn't do it.
Yeah.
Even
Oh yeah,
y'all,
and that
even
was the
even
other thing. You gotta pay, I think, another like 30 to replay the PLE.
oh fuck
And I
no,
was like,
I'm
what?
sorry. To replay, so if I paid for it, oh hell
So I
no.
was hearing, I'm like, nobody rewatching this. If I gotta pay for it again.
Archie, I'm gonna disagree with you. Cena's last. This is dope. I would like to get a poll up because there's gonna be a lot of people who agree with you. There's gonna be some people who disagree with you with what I'm gonna say. I saw someone make. Oh man, let me. Please God, I thought I saved this photo, and if I did, I'm about to post it. There's only one match that can be bigger than Cena Jeff Hardy. Oh shit, hold on. Only one match. My Xbox be sick. That's not it. I'm going backwards. Oh, she's pretty. I don't think Oh, I did. I did. I did. Let me send it right now. Let me ask you a question. Expiring quote. That's crazy. All right, I'm posting this up because Archie has a point. Jeff Hardy, right? I do believe that could be Cena's biggest match. However, do you think this could be bigger? Pause. Fucking fuck. Can't stand y'all sometimes. All right, let's see here. Now Archie says uh Cena Jeff Hardy. Cena versus Randy. I disagree only because they did Randy earlier. And now
True.
it's a rematch of that. And was Cena champion when he fought Randy?
Yes.
Yeah. So now you're taking a little bit of time. Salute. Hey, First Lady. Thank you for being a member. And I'm saying that to all the members right now. Wednesday Night Wars. This is the season to jump in. So if your membership expired, please tap in. Because when you do the draft, if your membership expires, you'll know because your names are not in green. Like you see your SCB First Lady, she has this weird SummerSlam looking logo by her name. You see Mike McCullough, boom, weird SummerSlam looking logo by his name. Um, if you see someone whose name does not have it, that means they're not a member. So come on your YouTube. If you're on Twitter, Instagram, come on to YouTube, subscribe, and next day you'll see a thing where it says join the members, and you will be part of the Wednesday Night Wars. When we open it up, you will be able to come on here. You will be part of a team. We will get you the information about 4, 5, 6 days out. We will formulate a plan, and we will attack as a unit versus the other squad. The Click versus Horseman 97 versus season 1. It was fantastic. It culminated in battles where I got to battle Dallas Cash and Z the Dropout, one of our owners here on the Attitude Era podcast, took on Moose, aka Dennis Legendary, and was a legendary absolute. But here's the match I do feel John Cena should end his career on. Let me make sure I take these comments off screen. And there it is. I not just I think if you line up all Cena's opponents and rivals, you might be able to do bigger. Pause. 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 However, because this match has not been done, because Edge belongs to another company, it makes it bigger. So if all of a sudden his music, John Cena is talking Saturday Night Main Event, he starts to talk about we don't have an opponent for me tonight, but I'm going to talk to my fan base, and that means on the stage. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know the song. I'm about to play this song, but I can only play 8 seconds because 10 seconds I believe is the allowable limit. But we ain't even trying to get close to it, so I might do 10 seconds. But um, yeah, I definitely don't think that there's anything they can do that's bigger than that. Pause at this juncture. Because if you do Randy Orton, we've seen it before. AJ Styles would have been dope, but we're getting into Crown Jewel. And maybe Bautista, but Bautista done shrank into a different type of human.
Yeah,
He
he's
ain't even
nowhere near
normal.
ring ready.
Yeah, he ain't even normal. So him and Bautista might be able to have Bautista still have the size and whatnot. Pause. That sounds crazy. Have Bautista still had the build type that he had when they both went over the top rope. Where's Edge's joint? That's all we can play because them boys do not play on YouTube. So I think Edge and Cena is the only match. Archie says it could be Jeff Hardy. I don't even want to disagree with that. That's a legitimate comment. That if you hear that Jeff Hardy music come out on on December 12th, that might break the building like more so
I,
than the Edge.
it might break
I
the
ain't gonna lie, that
building.
probably would.
It, it,
You might
it'll
be
it'll
right.
it'll break the building more so than Edge. But I think the debate as to why it may not be bigger than Edge is because the rivalry.
Mm.
People consider most will consider Edge to be seen as greatest rival. He's up there.
Okay, okay. I do consider Edge one of the greater rivals of Cena. And them acknowledging each other back and forth.
Right.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Listen, Mike. Listen, Mike. Listen, Mike. We're gonna get that comment out of there. Listen, Mike. Listen, Mike. God damn it. Yeah, a lot of people talking about Edge left AEW. Like that was not just a
Yeah.
BS. And I ain't gonna lie. If WWE, I don't care how much they gotta pay for that. Pay it.
I
I
don't
don't
even
care if
think
I gotta pay for ESPN. On December 12th, it's him and Edge. I'm here for it.
to
But
be honest, I
if they
don't even think it's an issue of WWE paying to do it. I think it's just Tony Khan not allowing them to do it.
you owe us for Undertaker Sting because we had him in the company at the same time. My man did two rest. The first match should have been Undertaker Sting. It shouldn't even been a question.
It should have. I
I'm
agree.
about to order these chicken wings. Yo, should we get chicken wings from like Wingstop, the Rick Ross joints, or should we get chicken wings from them spots like the halal type of joints, and they be having that lemon pepper? I need your opinion on this, Gamage. My inner fat kid cannot. You know what I mean? Don't let him down.
Let me ask you this: you getting the chicken by itself, like, or you getting other condiments with it, like rice
I
and all
would
that?
get fries, but I don't want to eat them shits. I'll give them shits to the girls. My girl, Cactus Jack. Cac, you know what I'm saying? Cactus Janet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you just trying to get,
salute, salute, salute.
if you just trying to get the chicken by itself, maybe I would probably say Wingstop. If you wanted like a whole platter, then I would have said the halal spot.
Yo, them platters be. Yo, shout out. If you get kids, don't let them fuck them platters up. Because we weren't allowed to. Them platters that be in them, like the tin foil, you hit somebody, sound like a steel chair go off. We used to do that as kids. But then we used to get our ass whooped because somebody wasn't. You got to press it back, right? But, parents can always tell, like, yo, who been in here messing with my stuff? And then they look at you, and then they start to resent the fact they ever fucked with your father. Like, dang. So, salute, salute, salute. Archie just became a member. You know what I'm saying? Archie been missing out. No, Archie's been that guy, right? Obviously, Archie's not here right now. Archie got the tooth issue, so salute to him for even tapping in. Some people will just be like, yeah, and then you just go to sleep or do whatever. Nah, my man's in the chat. My man is actively here. But due to situations out of due to situations outside of our control, Reggie Noble stinking ass will not be performing with us. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it is. You know what I mean? I've been wanting to say that since I was in like 12th grade. Salute to the podcast for me being able to use it finally. Um, but yeah, he's definitely here in the building and definitely here. Archie is funny as fuck.
I do
Um,
have I do have one last question with like a
mhm.
final match for Cena. If
Ooh,
this person was capable to wrestle because he can't anymore, and it was in ring shape, everything was good with them. Do you think the biggest match Cena could have had for last match is Kurt Angle?
fuck no, fuck no,
Okay.
because it was his first match. Their feud was not as heavy as the feud Cena did when he got super popular. It would be super nostalgic. It would have been dope to do on this run at some point, but not his final match. If he did do it his final match, it makes sense. You can tell people this was his first. This is where Cena came in, ruthless aggression, and fucking Kurt Angle comes out here and smacks him. I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna give that SmackDown an 8.8 more than likely, just off the strength of what we just saw and how nostalgic that is. But there's better matches that could be made. But I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. Now that you say it, I wouldn't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Like I never thought about Kurt Angle. He never crossed my brain. But let's say he was like, in ring shape and ready to go in WWE. He was like, hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna pull the trigger on that. I beat that. I beat yo, my man. And this is why I love Archie in the chat. Archie out here. Archie know the reference. Archie know the reference. Reggie Noble's taking ass for not be performing with us. Yo, Kurt Angle, Archie just said it right there. I wasn't I wasn't it didn't cross my brain at all. But I don't think I'd be mad at that. If Kurt Angle can go and even at 80%, I'll take that with him and John Cena. Because I think that'll cook. I really do. He does a couple suplexes. Um, I know he's not in a space to call out Brock Lesnar. I do think Gunther is the leading candidate that if I'm running a company, I pick. And I do a couple of things. Bubba Ray Dudley has a match with the Hardys one last time, right? I go up to each one of the four of them and go, which one of you guys is trying to retire and not do wrestling? Whichever one you are, I'm bringing you up to the show and Gunther's going to retire you. Reason being, he already retired Goldberg this year. So it becomes the retirement tour. I've went out of my way to take this squared circle and put people out of their misery. And John, you're next. Now it becomes a question because we know this is the last match, but can John not lose to Gunther? John, don't you lose to Gunther? Becomes the thing. So let's say Devon says, I want to be out. Devon's like, you already retired Goldberg. You just beat the shit out of you. You can't just beat Devon. Bubba Ray, you could have a good match. But Devon, you got to beat because Devon hasn't been active. So if you gotta chair him, take him out of existence. We gotta watch him go on a gurney. We gotta watch him go off to the hospital. And then the next week they go, yo, you ruptured his skull. That man is damn near he's this close to a coma. Right? And then you keep Devon off the streets for a week. Right? He talk about I take wrestlers out. I have no more sympathy for people. And then you find another guy, another legend, or somebody else that you know take them out too. If you can't get Edge, you can't get Kurt Angle, you can't get Jeff Hardy, it's got to be Gunther. But Gunther needs to retire one or two more stars before we get to December. Mick Foley comes back, he puts him in the dirt. I'm gonna tell you right now, Archie. If the rock music hits, SmackDown's a 9. Saturday Night Main Event's a 9. It don't matter what happened before that. If he's like, look, we tried to get an opponent, it didn't work out, and he's starting to tell you the business that you don't want to know about. I tried to get Gunther, but Gunther blah blah blah. He got the surgery. He wasn't ready. Tried to get this person, blah blah. And I'm like, hey, if you don't smack, are you looking for a fight? And they just do a 10-minute match. Saturday Night Main Event was a 9. I don't care what happened. I don't care how many botches. I don't care. So Archie, you bringing up Rocky? Hey, bro, that'll cook. Even if it's a decent match and it doesn't cook, it's going to cook just because of the pure excitement.
I do hope for his match that it's at least commercial free for his segment because we know how they go crazy with the commercials.
Yeah. Yo, I got to become a member again, too. Shit. I can't have Archie becoming a member tonight and just not me. I gotta see which account this is, though. I don't even see the transfer portal on here. That's how fucked up this is. Oh, there it is. I do see it now. Um, Bomb. You're all set. That look like me in real life, don't it? I don't be catfishing people. I don't be catfishing people. But just remember, these are the two teams that are. Yes, Catfish Janet. It's not at a percent because I didn't charge it yet. You want me to charge it right now? Smile for the camera. That's the funniest thing in TV. All right, I'll charge it right now. All right, sweetie. Love you too. All right. Just remember, Wednesday Night Wars. Uh, I'm not sure what the first topics are going to be, but just remember, we will get with you, um, and it will culminate with a battle. Gamage is a member. Gamage actually is a member, so I can't pull him up.
Oh yeah, because
Gamage,
it's
write
not.
something on screen. Just write anything.
Hold
Write
on.
anything into YouTube, and they'll see. Technically, they'll see your actual name, but it's not actually your name. It's
It's not
just
actually my name, but I'm a comment right now. Hold on.
see the perks. Let me hit these perks. Hmm. All
I
right.
just I just did.
I wanna put an emoji on screen. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Uh, I wanna put an emoji on screen. I don't know how to do it. Yes, sir. Bang, you see this? That's a green member. You see that? I don't know how to put an emoji thingy on screen. Oh, I see it. Oh, I see it. Bong. Bong. We in the build. Oh, what the fuck? It don't show up? That's bullshit. It say the click. Where my picture at?
Uh,
Oh, it's in the
uh,
chat. Is it on the screen? No, it just says the dots, but in the chat you see it. Vinny. Oh my god. So okay, so on screen I can't put up. I don't see no horseman. Mike McCallum. The click me in the building. Dog. I- we should be able to hold previous team members and just give the other team whoever else just comes in. You got Luffy with the pull up. You got
Dang,
Hall Preasy, and I'm gonna be on his ass because he only like to show up when he think he can embarrass me.
you're already trying to rig the roster?
No, I'm not trying to rig it, but why should I give up my team members? You know what I mean? Mike McCullough, Vinny, like, come on, bro. I drafted well. I drafted well. You know what I mean? Like, SCB First Lady, she was a severe horseman. She was seriously dedicated to the cause. She has a very extensive wrestling knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna sleep on her. I see what she possesses. I see what she brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? And she's a member. You know what I'm saying? And she's a member with the capital M, capital B, spell member, MEB, MEM, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Spell it. You know what I mean? Don't make me bring up Cactus Janet. She'll she'll spell anything under 7 letters. Um, see Archie's bear, I can't see it, but in chat, I see it all. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, we gotta break these out. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to break these out. October 8th, I think, might be the day. Might even push it back to October 14th. We gotta make sure the intros are right. We gotta make sure that all the glitz and the glamour is right. And anybody who's having a team, I know me and Archie already got teams. We good. We just gotta draft them. But anybody else who said they was getting a team, they make sure they got their squad. Need to drop it. Come on, you getting a team?
Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe.
Dog, I love it. 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 Get the brooms out, baby. We definitely swept the competition. I don't think we lost a legitimate competition. I don't even think we lost a coin toss. Like we won the first pick and we won like dinner every week after that. We demolished the Horseman 97. I ain't gonna lie to Horseman 97 had great conversation. They had great counter arguments. Um, I think we lost the one where we took the risk with the CB. You know what I mean? About I forgot what the category was, but we put CB on there along with Owen Hart. And that didn't do us very well. Um We had Tay Rock claiming click. Yes, sir, we did. Yes, sir. Can't do the eighth. Yeah, I think we lost. I think we definitely lost that one. Um, I love the Wednesday Night Wars. I love it. I love it because it's a chance on a day that's not really known for what attitude our podcast brings to the table. We bring something to the table, and not only do we bring something to the table, we bring a house. Boom, table included, garage included, and we go and you know me, I'm AMG with it. So boom, Archie, the greatest healing podcast wrestling. He gonna talk his shit. He don't care if you're wrong. He don't care if you're right. He don't care if you like what he say. He don't care if you love what he say. Most love, most hated. I would love to play a little snippet, but I ain't gonna do it until it's time because my man put some time into some things. So salute to everybody in the chat. Make sure you like, subscribe. 2 new members tonight. We get one franchise tag, one member that's untouchable. I'll go with that, Archie. You have my. I agree with that. I agree with that. We don't want to do too many, but yeah, I think one is legitimate. Um, damn. Now I gotta think about who the fuck Archie got on his side that he like. He gonna tuck in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm gonna try to draft. If you don't, because I know right now he got two people that he gonna think about, maybe three. Like, okay, but he can only tuck one in the cut that I can't touch. So I gotta try to shift the balance, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want it to affect my team to where we're not, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. I do know this season we may have more teams. I don't want to continue saying we are, but it sounds like we are. We're trying to holster that down because at the minimum it's going to be 2 teams again. But yeah, there's such a huge caveat. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. the caveat is huge. That end of the season battle this time around, just remember at the end of season one, the heels and who the heels were. They will all be in the building. One of them will be battling. That's all I'm gonna say. So you definitely want to be on tiers. I would recommend buying the $10 tier. So when we change over, that is, if you're a battler, that's what you want to do. You may get the shot of a fucking lifetime. Gamage, anything before we get out of here, good brother? This is the chat starting to get lit. Archie in here just driving. Archie ain't even in here, and Archie in here driving traffic.
Word.
Uh, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, brother. Yeah, they trying to Vinny. They got us. They trying to split us up. You know what I'm saying? There may even come a point where I got something special for the click this season. I got something super special. So if you tell me Wednesday is a bad day for you, I have something super special for you. Oh no, where'd you go, brother? Okay. Whew.
Yeah, my
I
bad.
have something special. It just popped in my head, and I was like, I thought about it during season one, but now just looking at these comments, the people who have been here from day one, Vinny, Mike, SCB, First Lady, they're here religiously. Even if you are an opposing team member, I will treat the show differently. I got something for you special. We're gonna make sure your membership, you not only get your money's worth, but you're like, oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Mike forever gonna be OG Click. Yeah, for certain. Matter of fact, Vinny might DM me. I know both you guys have my info, and I'm gonna make sure y'all get shirts. Cause even if you change the team, man, y'all deserve shirts. I've given out shirts to others for less. I'm gonna make sure y'all get a shirt. I just need your size. Hopefully I haven't run out. If I have if I have if I run out of your size, I will give you a size up or maybe a size down, but I'll let you determine that based on the number, based on whatever. But at the same time, hit me up on the DMs for a shirt that excludes SCBA because you are a horsewoman, actually, first round pick. I remember that. But yeah, Gamaj, you got anything for the people before we get up out of here on this
Uh,
beautiful Friday night?
nah, man. I'm just waiting for NXT tomorrow, man.
I forgot. I don't want to say anything because I know I got my girls. I got Cactus Janet plus the other one. Um, and then Sunday I got some joints. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, my schedule's about to get very packed. Archie kind of already knew this, but I kind of didn't follow through. I didn't take it because I had too much going on and I wasn't super dedicated. But I will be starting school soon, very soon. I was supposed to do it in February. Uh, so but fortunately, we all got to improve. I'm not leaving, but I am going to say this. We may go to 2 nights. Wednesday Night War is going to be a thing. We may keep it at 3. And I'll just find another way to jump in with y'all. But yeah, definitely uh, pray for your boy. Pray for your boy. I need 120 credits. I have 72. I'm almost there. But we gotta end this thing. Salute to Archie. I'm gonna stop texting. Haha. Peace to the people. Handshakes and hugs to all. Archie, you better select your pick wisely. Who you keeping? But yeah, I am King HP, the undisputed champion of podcast wrestling. Y'all see what it is. It ain't by accident. We got Kamaj, the greatest interviewer. This Sid's last interview, the greatest interviewer on podcast wrestling today. Archie's in the chat. You can find him. Just scroll through. His name's Green. He's pretty easy to find. Greatest heel in podcast wrestling today. And we are out. SmackDown recap has been concluded. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the channel, and most importantly, become a member. Get drafted to the Wednesday Night Wars. It's going to be something insane. If you like battle rap, if you're not experienced with battle rap, if you love wrestling, if you kind of like wrestling, it's going to be all inclusive. You definitely want to be a part of it. So salute to everyone. First Lady SCB, Bong, Vinny, Bong, Mike McCullough, Bong, and to our new subscribers. 24-hour karate school. King HP. All right, y'all. We out.